rolling cabinets that I store some art supplies, closet full of clothes with a big modular system. My printer is under my couch. I have 6 storage unit boxes under my bed. Hi apartment therapy, I'm Olivia and welcome to my 300 square foot apartment in Astoria, Queens. I am a maximalist. I am an artist, so most of the art in this apartment is mine. And I love to collect antiques and go thrifting. And I like to just make everything my own. Before living here in my own place, I would constantly be interviewing roommates. And I had this ongoing joke that if you're my roommate, within a year, you will meet and move in with the love of your life, which has happened to 5 of my former roommates. And it's great that I won the housing lottery because I was running out of single friends to live with. I applied to the housing lottery every 3 months for 8 years. I'm super fortunate to have my own space, to be both an artist and live here. This is kind of both my bedroom and my studio space. The housing lottery really did change my life. Like, there's been times where like I can really get choked up about it, like that I wasn't doing well as an artist. Then I'd have good years and bad years, and like just not having to move or like spending a lot of time in one place like helps me like meditate on what I want to do with my career and like why I'm in New York to begin with, because it's hard to be a creative person in New York. It is still the most rent I've ever paid, but it's like, it's all my own, and I work really hard and I get to keep being an artist in New York because of that. I am an art director and graphic designer and production artist, just general artist, working in advertising most of the time in New York City. My favorite medium, I'm a very analog person, I think. I mean, I do make a lot of digital work. My own paintings are very much inspired by Willem de Kooning and Keith Haring. I love just like the chaos and also the line work and the balance between that. When people walk in, I love when the reaction is like, if they know me, they're like, this makes sense. AC off, flat iron off, do you have your keys? When I'm spending time in my home, which is also my studio, I like to be able to see all of the tools and brushes and colors and just materials I have, and that'll just inspire me to make something. And I could have a painting on the wall for years or months and just suddenly think to add something to it and just be able to pick up a brush or a color that I already have. And I think that the layout and the way that I've chosen to like feature more art than anything else just enables that over and over and over. I don't have a TV in the living room because I use this wall space more as my easel, and whatever's here I'm typically working on and painting, and I will stand on this couch and paint the piece. And I'd rather have more space to make art than watch TV. For a long time I didn't even have a TV. I just watched movies on my laptop and people made fun of me. So I kind of went the other extreme and installed a projector to get the biggest screen possible. I love my living room because it's so colorful. Whenever I've had roommates, they tell me like, you're gonna decorate the living room because it's gonna be very colorful and dynamic. And I set it up so that it has this conversation pit type of feeling, and that the couches face each other, so you're always in conversation with each other. I love that the table has this very dynamic shape to it. I got this table from Housing Works, where I volunteered for about a little over 4 years. And I love this table. I walked in and I saw it in the showroom and I immediately bought it on site. Did not know where I was going to put it. It's very lightweight, which is important because sometimes I have to move it to just use the space to create a painting or frame something, and I was able to reach out to the artist, and he said he had made this like 30 years ago by hand. It's a one of one, and now we are friends. He's also an art director, and I just love that. When I saw that, I was like, I have to have this as an artist, and he loves that it's in another artist space. Let's see, I don't want to like offend the interior designers of the world and be like, this is the vision, go find everything for me. But there is a little bit about, I think, my perspective that I think I'm crafty and I like the thrill of the hunt of finding the unique items. I love these planters that I made, and they change expressions in the base of them. I have this actual 3D printed mold of my actual teeth from my orthodontist, which is also my dad. These are my goose batons. I have my Mac for Windows. It's a nice visual pun. The Nickelodeon alarm clock is also a fan favorite. I like to collect lighters. This is the first apartment that I've ever had a plant. Growing quite well. It's very low maintenance. I have my lawn flamingos because I don't have a lawn. I live in New York. This is a collection of fortunes from fortune cookies, where if I was ever out of work, sometimes opening a fortune cookie was the best part of my day. It would encourage me to keep going. It just reminds me that I am fortunate to be an artist in New York. The deer head sculpture I also got at Housing Works, and I am from upstate New York. There was always deer in my backyard growing up, so it's kind of a little homage to my family, actually. Windows are kind of 50% of the apartment, and that most of the time it's just all natural light from when I wake up till when the sun sets. I installed the disco balls because there's a certain time of day when the sun hits the disco balls naturally, and I get these like glimmers of light around the space, and I call it disco hour. All the lights are voice activated. Hey Siri, turn on the living room. In the bedroom, it's called the moon. Hey Siri, turn on the moon. And in the living room, I have another lamp that is radial looking, and that one's called the sun. Hey Siri, turn on the sun. And the speakers are, Juliet is the speaker name in the bedroom, and Homeo, as I call him, is the speaker in the living room. Tybalt's in the bathroom. There is a lot of storage in this apartment. That was what I was most excited about when I moved in. I have a lot of clothes. I did install this metal cabinet over here. Yeah, I love that. It opens out, and it's like, it could be really used for anything. I use it for shoes. I built a system, like a modular system inside one of my hallway closets because I needed more shelves. Under this couch, I have these rolling cabinets that I store some art supplies. I have my closet full of clothes with a big modular system. My printer is under my couch. I have 6 storage unit boxes under my bed. I have a lot of folders and briefcases also in my closet where I keep files. This is like when I'm planning an outfit for the day. I'll hang my outfit here, like grab and go. The bookshelves are actually renter friendly. They're not drilled into the wall. They're built standalone so that it appears like they're built into the wall. I just like the optical illusion that it creates. Also, I have a lot of floating shelves, so I'm using vertical space that way in different corners. Any place that I don't have a painting or an art piece is probably a bookshelf. Oh, shit. I swear it works. Yeah! It's a really skinny hallway. I started with this mirror and this crazy sun lamp I have with my pegboard and my shelf. It's kind of just like a place that I need to have all my go-to items. My mirror has all these like affirmations that I have written over time and thoughts that I have. I'll just scribble things wherever in my house. I love my dartboard, mood board, as I call it. And The process behind that is just throwing darts at whatever you think you're feeling. It's usually not exactly what you're feeling, but as humans, I think moods are a lot more complex than that. They're not as defined. So I like the idea of aiming for one feeling and landing on another, and that's what I made that. Let's see, the kitchen has a tiny dishwasher, which is very rare to have, that I love. I don't think I would cook for groups of people if I didn't have a tiny dishwasher. I make coffee for one person most mornings, so I love having my vintage coffee grinder and then my Art Deco coffee press. The drying rack in the sink is key. That is huge for saving space. I love that. My dining table extends. There's a leaf under it that it can actually double in size for more guests under it, and the guests are always facing each other. And it's crazy to think that this table is like the site of where I make most of my money. I remember getting a bed frame when I was like 25 and being like, I'm an adult now. I also have 2 side tables, which I think is like a pinnacle of wealth, to have enough space to have 2 side tables. A lot of the time my bed was just pushed up against the wall, but most of the art in my bedroom is my own. Some of it is for sale, but a lot of it is like my more personal art that I've done. I love my bedroom artwork because look around and it's definitely through years of my life. Like the painting above my bed I did over 10 years ago. The Taylor Swift skateboard was part of a bigger project I did on a narrative of The Crying Girl by Roy Lichtenstein and how Taylor Swift is our modern day crying girl. I made this screen print that says open up more, that has the big mouth. I love my Barbicide jar full of makeup tools. It's just a great way to get any brush that I need in a really quirky way. This is an authentic World's Fair banner from the 60s. The framed red art piece above the banner, on it there's a date that is New Year's 2020. And it's a receipt from a restaurant that is right down the street from this apartment. And I think that's wild that I chose that receipt and I made that art piece years ago. And now I live right down the street from that restaurant. Talk about manifestation. The big wooden screen print below my TV is a screen print that was a gift from artist Danny Cole. And it's just such a unique piece of his because there's only a few made. And he doesn't do screen prints much, so that was just a really cool thing to get. He wanted another artist to have it. I have this painted selfie also that my dad painted, and I think it's really fun because when I'm getting ready in the morning, just like a reminder of how my friends and family see me. The collaged mirror next to my hairdryer. And that was like my first foray into collaging onto an item or a piece of furniture. And in that, there's also a lot of sentimental or like manifestation. There's a lot of meaning behind the collage of the mirror. It has 142 here because that was the address of the apartment that I renewed at. The first apartment I ever renewed a lease at. But 142 also means in like popular culture, shorthand for I love you. The black wall behind the bed is actually chalkboard paint, and I painted that. The ritual I have most in my bedroom is watching DVDs on the TV that's like 10 years old. I think that watching old movies on an old TV is how they're meant to be seen because the quality is so bad, but it also has this dreamlike quality and helps me fall asleep. Also, if I had a smart TV in my bedroom, I would never go to bed on time. So the DVD player kind of just cuts me when the movie is done. The bathroom, I love my rainfall shower. I love the amount of storage that I have above and below the sink, but I also added some shelving. All of the glass shelves I added and glued to the wall. I like homey touches in a bathroom. I like having my incense and my perfume, and it's kind of like the finishing touches area. I don't know if you got the automatic soap dispenser labeled as clean slime. There's a few weird things in my apartment that are labeled with my label maker. The seltzer machine is called the champagne anything machine. Blender used to be called bottled hurricane. Me, 18-year-old me, oh my God, she wouldn't believe it. She would be overjoyed for me. I'm overjoyed for me. Like, when I was around 18, I kind of decided I wanted to be an artist in New York. I didn't have a backup plan. I just knew I would do whatever it took. And I think that she'd be really excited to see that not only did I achieve that dream of my own, but that it looks the way that it does in the way that she kind of pictured. It does feel kind of surreal sometimes.